Now, Nigeria's largest airline, Air Peace, has denied that two officers involved in a landing mishap last July were sacked for alcohol and drug-related offences. The Boeing 737 flight veered off the runway as it landed at Port Harcourt International Airport in the south of the country. The probe from the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau found that the pilot was under the influence of alcohol, while the co-pilot had also tested positive for a compound found in cannabis. None of the 103 people on board the plane, which had taken off from Lagos, were injured, but the incident has raised air safety concerns in Nigeria. Okay, let's now get more on this story from our correspondent, Nkechi Ogbonna, who's been following these developments closely. Nkechi, thank you so much to have you on this program after a while, I may add. Start by telling us what more do we know about this airline and obviously the investigations around this particular incident.
Well, Waiga, the investigators say that the two pilots tested positive for alcohol consumption. It also says in its report that a cabin crew member tested positive to cannabis, while the main pilot, in addition to the alcohol positive results, also had nicotine in his results. Air Peace is Nigeria's biggest carrier, operating local, regional, and international flights. So this news has been very worrying across the country.
How has the management of the airline responded to this news and that report?
The airline says that it is not aware of this result by the investigators. First off, it says that the second pilot, who is the co-pilot on that affected plane, has since returned to work. His license has been handed over to him after he had been cleared of all wrongdoing, and he has since returned back to flying. But now the result now says that same pilot had alcohol use on that fateful day. Unfortunately, the result did not say whether they were intoxicated or the level of alcohol they had in their system. So the results are very conflicting between the airline that conducted its own internal investigation and what the government investigators have produced today.
And I imagine this has caused a scare, something you mentioned a bit earlier, but maybe tell us more about what sort of reactions you've been hearing more generally regarding the findings of this investigation.
A lot of air travelers are worried about the safety of the airspace, obviously, with the two conflicting results from the airline itself and from investigators. Now, security agencies and even normal travelers are worried about the safety of Nigeria's airspace, and they are worrying where the disparity in the reports are coming from, especially since the co-pilot has since returned to work.
Nkechi Ogbonna, thank you so much for your time and for joining us with the latest updates.